Good morning, and thank you for joining us on this CHTA Live Forging Ahead series, bringing hospitality and tourism industry professionals insights, trends, and market intelligence to expand your knowledge and keep you in the know. My name is Vanessa Ledesma, CEO of the Caribbean Hotel and Tourism Association. I am delighted to welcome you to today's session, Agent Loyalty, Turning Engagement into Measurable Results, brought to you by CHTA member and partner, My Booking Rewards. Today's session is recorded and will be available to replay on CHTA's YouTube channel within 48 to 72 hours, with the presentation deck available on CHTA's member portal. Before we turn it over to the My Booking Rewards team, we want to take the opportunity to highlight the Caribbean Travel Specialist Program, an initiative launched by CHTA in 2024 to elevate the Caribbean's presence in the global travel trade and strengthen agent relationships across key markets. This program is designed to empower travel advisors with deeper knowledge of the region's diverse destinations and experiences. Through partnerships with TA Connect and My Booking Rewards, travel advisors gain access to training, incentives, and rewards that help them confidently sell the Caribbean and curate exceptional vacations for their clients. Travel agents and advisors benefit from exclusive offers such as fam trip opportunities, invitations to Caribbean travel marketplace, and rewards for login bookings. For CHTA members, this initiative also opens doors to discounted services and enhanced connections with thousands of travel advisors in North America, UK, and beyond, ultimately driving more visibility and revenue for our region. At this point, I will turn it over to Monse Herrera from My Booking Rewards to take it over with the session. Monse, over to you.
Thank you, Vanessa, and hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining today. Let me know in the group chat where you're joining from. I'm in the UK, so it's good afternoon here, but I know most of you are in the Americas, so good morning, everyone. Very excited to be here today. As Vanessa mentioned, we've partnered with CHTA for the past 2 years now. Very happy working with CHTA and hoping that with today's session, we're able to bring you some inspiration and tell you a little bit about what our services and solutions do. Joining me on the call today is my colleague Pan, who is the head of IT and the backbone behind all of the technology we build at My Booking Rewards. And for me, Monse, I joined 2 years ago as business development manager, and today I'm senior manager overlooking all of our key accounts, partnerships, and marketing initiatives. This presentation is going to last about 20 minutes, and then we're going to leave some time for Q&A and any questions that come up. And we're excited to walk you through a series of case studies and scenarios of how a variety of our clients use our technology for different strategies and different commercial pursuits. I will be sharing my screen now. Let me know if you can see this.
It's just coming up.
Okay.
We're seeing it now.
Perfect. Awesome. So as Vanessa mentioned, today we're going to be covering agent loyalty and how we turn agent engagement into measurable results. This can be applied to hotels, cruises, tour operators, essentially anybody that wants direct and meaningful access with agent. The variety of strategies that we'll be presenting today can be applied to different businesses. So a little bit about My Booking Rewards. It was started about 10 years ago, founded by a hotelier who was facing a very simple but widespread problem in the industry, which was relying on third-party data to understand who was selling the property and who was the person in the final conversation with the client and sending them to the destination. So they wanted to know the individual travel agent behind the bookings and to reward those agents in order to build long-term loyalty. The original idea of how we were founded is still at the core of what we do today, but over time we've expanded well beyond rewards alone. Today we support partners with agent training, agent rates, and marketing tools that help brands engage agents. Since launching, we've grown our global database to over 100,000 travel agents worldwide, with about half of them sitting in North America, especially the United States. Our second biggest market is agents in the UK, and then we have a wide reach in Europe, Latin America, and others. We actively remove any inactive agents that are part of the platform, so we're always ensuring contact with engaged agents for our clients, which include Marriott, Sonesta, Royalton, Jamaica, the Destination, Bahamas, Dominican Republic, and a variety of other clients. Now, what we'd like to focus on is how brands, this variety of brands, are actually using loyalty technology to drive growth. So we'll go through 5 short study cases, each representing a different kind of client, from global multinational brands such as Royalton to luxury and boutique hotels like Velas Resorts in Mexico and Turbulé in Grenada. And then we're also going to talk to you a little bit about destinations such as the Dominican Republic and Virgin Voyages. Well, what's important is that while the technology is the same, all the strategies are very different and they can be applied to different products. Some of their brands were focused on accessing better loyalty automation and scalable technology like Royalton. Other ones wanted to build a full circle brand experience to create brand ambassadors, such as Velas Resorts. Some of our clients, like Turbulé, wanted to acquire new agents and break through the distribution noise and all of the supply that is in the Caribbean. Destinations like the Dominican Republic are focusing on brand positioning, and companies like Virgin Voyages were specifically focused on meeting commercial KPIs. Now, starting off with Royalton. Royalton, as most of you probably are aware, is an all-inclusive global hotel chain with various locations in the Caribbean, and they're one of our partners that have been with us since we started in 2016. They launched their campaign in the UK and in later years deployed their campaign in Europe and the United States. The challenge with Royalton is that when they first came to us, they had outgrown their previous rewards provider, which no longer had the agility or infrastructure to support a fast-growing global brand. Now, building an in-house tool or solution for them would have been costly, time-consuming, and difficult to maintain. But the way that we were able to support them was by bringing a plugin solution that migrated their existing database into the MBR platform. And we integrated agent rates, agent training, and a BDM sales tracker tool directly on the platform. Now, when we did this migration, Royalton initially brought over about 2,000 engaged agents to the platform. And since being with us, we've grown this database to over 35,000 agents listening to them, engaging on the platform. And of those, over 10,000 agents have converted into active booking agents for Royalton, with 41% program engagement overall. Now, for our next example, Velas Resort, a luxury hotel chain well known in Mexico with properties in Baja California, Riviera Maya, Nayarit. They came to us with a similar challenge to Royalton, which was outgrowing their previous provider that wasn't able to support a more complex rewards program. So a tiered system in which they were able to reward based on the agent performance. And something that we've noticed industry-wide in loyalty is that a blanket reward is not enough to engage with your agents. You must identify who your top bookers are and who your non-bookers are and reward accordingly. So whether that is a first booking logged promo or having additional benefits to your most engaged agents, you need to create different tiers in which they are recognized differently. Now, what we provided to Velas as a solution was initially a rewards program migration, but we also later integrated agent training and agent rates. Now, something that Velas also incorporated into the reward system is that beyond rewarding just in cash, they're including vouchers that agents can redeem when visiting the hotel themselves. So they've created an entire full circle and brand experience for these agents in which they can come to the platform, use the training modules, learn about the product, make the bookings, log the bookings, and earn the reward. And then with those rewards, they can start booking their own personal holidays through our agent rates integration. So in short, they've created an entire feedback loop in which the agent learns, earns, and uses those earnings to go back into their properties and become a true brand advocate. Now, a different example that we encountered is one of our beloved brands, TrueBlue Bay, very, very well known amongst our Caribbean specialists. And the benefit for a brand like TrueBlue Bay is that for a smaller independent property in the Caribbean, one of the biggest challenges is simply breaking through the noise and doing so in an affordable and measurable way. TrueBlue Bay joined us about 4 years ago, and since then, we've been able to provide different solutions, starting with the rewards platform, but also marketing campaign strategies in which we've been able to put them face forward in front of all of our Caribbean specialists. So in just under 4 years, we've grown their agent database to over 13,000 agents, and we've surpassed open rate and click-through rates by 6% above industry average. Now, what they've gained from this partnership is full visibility and direct access to a wide pool of agents, all at a price point that makes sense for a boutique property. So regardless of whether you're a luxury boutique or a large chain such as Royalton, there are different ways to play around, and there are different strategies and tools that you can implement towards different goals. Now, this one's quite interesting because it's not a property. This is a loyalty program that is destination-wide. And this was started by the Dominican Republic Tourism Goal with a very ambitious goal of surpassing the 10 million visitors in 2024. They launched their travel advisory loyalty program powered by MBR as a way to build long-term advocacy and measurable production through the agent channel. And in just under 3 years, they've grown an engaged database of over 30,000 global agents. In just 18 months, those advisors logged 287,000 passengers and more than 2 million room nights through the program. What made this campaign especially powerful has gone beyond the rewards program. We've integrated marketing campaigns and BDM sales tools so that they can engage directly with the agent region that they represent. So we have empowered everybody within the team to have direct and meaningful access to the agents that they represent. The way that this program works is that the country has provided nationwide support to all the hoteliers. So it doesn't matter what hotel the agent is booking, they can earn $1 per night for all bookings that are over 5 nights into the country. And this is just a great example of how they've gone beyond just driving engagement, but also strengthened an entire market. The Dominican Republic's loyalty program stands out as the most engaged and highest growing loyalty program in the Caribbean for travel agents. So this really is a success story of how they've strengthened travel trade partnerships to really boost the country as a destination. And last but not least, Virgin Voyages is another success story with My Booking Rewards, and quite different to what we've done for our hotel and destination partners, because Virgin Voyages came with a different approach. The challenge for Virgin was very much aligned with Royalton and Velas, in the sense that they had outgrown a previous reward supplier, and this was, in a way, slowing down to getting to their KPIs. So with My Booking Rewards, prior to launching the rewards program, we designed a marketing campaign and trial program run in which we put Virgin Voyages brand in front of all of our cruise agent specialists. So we have these specialist programs, whether it's Caribbean, European, or cruise, in which our agents come in when they're booking or are specialists in the product or the destination. And this is what we launched for Virgin Voyages prior to their program starting. Now, the result of this is that they were able to reach an engaged group of agents that was already familiar with cruising. We've just converted them into Virgin Voyages bookers. So in just 2 years, the program has grown to over 5,000 active booking agents with over 30% engagement, directly supporting their commercial KPIs. So bringing these examples together, there are a few clear takeaways that I want to shed light on. So firstly, agent loyalty is not one size fits all, and we work with our clients in ways that we aim to understand where they're coming from, what the goals are, and with our support, we always set up a foundation and a system that works towards the client's goals. So it's flexible and effective across a wide range of needs. We've seen success with global hotel chains, luxury brands, boutique properties, and it has been not only widening the reach that they have on agents, but also strengthening and giving a direct channel of communication from our platform. So ultimately, it has become a solution for growing an engaged agent database, incentivizing sales, reaching specialist communities, and building long-term brand advocacy. It's a one-stop for rewards, training, marketing, and engagement tools altogether. So I hope it wasn't too quick. I hope it wasn't too much. Let me know in the chat if you have any questions, but I just wanted to say thank you once again. And if you have any questions following the session, please feel free to reach out to me directly. I have my email on the screen, and I'm always happy to continue the conversation. I'll also be attending Marketplace in May, so if you'd like to arrange a meeting in person, I'd love to connect there as well, and I can give you a little bit more insights into how we do all of our operations. As I mentioned with Virgin Voyages, we also support brands through targeted marketing campaigns, especially if you're interested in speaking to agents in the Caribbean. We can arrange something of the sort. We've just launched a new marketing package with ad placement, webinars, and email e-blast within a trial period. So if you're interested in learning more, let me know. And yes, thank you so much, Vanessa and Latanya, for having us today. I don't know if there's any questions in the chat so far.
Thank you, Monse, for that insight. We invite any questions to be posted on the Q&A box located in the lower toolbar. Before we get any questions, I have two questions just to get a little bit probably deep for those that are joining us, right? And this is for either you, Monse, or Pan. What are the most important data points hotels should be tracking to determine whether their travel agent engagement efforts are actually driving incremental revenue?
Let me see. Sorry, can you repeat that? It just
Of course, no worries.
yeah.
What are the most important data points
Uh-huh.
hotels should be tracking to determine whether their travel agent engagement efforts are actually driving incremental revenue?
There's different ways in which we can set them up. What just comes straight to mind and what I've seen some of our partners do is we have the ability to push low sales periods through bonus promotions. So if you are noticing that you're falling short in May or in June, we're able to do ad hoc promotions to incentivize the sales of that specific period. And for us, I mean, that's a pretty simple way to track if the engagement is actually working because it wouldn't just be the blanket reward. You can see the engagement for the specific period that you're giving additional promo for. So, yeah, I would say the increased bookings logged in the period is a KPI that I would track. Pan, do you have any other comments for this question?
No, but there are two things. One is the sales that the hotel has, and when they come to our platform, we are not aware of that, so they're not measured through the system. So it's up to their sales to see if they increase compared to a previous period, but they can also see through the system who is booking, what they're booking, when they're booking. They can run reports, and from a period to period after they join the platform, they can see the progress, how many agents they have loyal. And once they're on the platform, they can track it through the platform, but we cannot through the platform, of course, know what other impact marketing campaigns on top of rewards have on their sales. At the end of the day, is sales.
Thank you for that. Oh, sorry, go, Monse.
No, sorry, I've just seen some other questions in the group
Yeah.
chat.
Okay, so if we're ready, we have a question from Adam. He's joining us from Rabat Hotel in St. Lucia. We are a smaller boutique hotel of 25 rooms and not part of a chain. Is there anything you have worked on before where smaller partners can get much needed exposure in front of US, UK, and or Caribbean travel agents?
Yeah, so I'm just going back to my slide for True Blue Bay because I think it's a very similar example. So we do work with smaller boutique hotels that aren't part of chains. And we set up global rewards programs for them. So whether you want to speak just to agents in US or just UK, or you want to speak to all agents, we can set up a rewards program in which we put you in front and give you the exposure to all these travel agents. So the answer is yes, we can work with smaller partners and put you in front of all agents.
Have you seen any difference in terms of the approach or the type of rewards that are successful from a small hotel perspective?
Really, I would say that well, cash reward is always the most attractive to agents. But the amount that you're rewarding is up to the property, and there really isn't like a big comparison amongst little or big. A cash reward typically is a good incentive to get agents engaged.
And what's a minimum threshold in terms of our rewards, just to give our audience a little bit of insight of what they can expect in terms of budgets from a rewards perspective?
So that's a good question. I would say there's different ways in which we can set up the rewards, the cash rewards. So if you wanted to reward per night, or if you wanted to reward per booking or per room, and typically, let's say a destination like the Dominican Republic does $1 per night on bookings of 5 or more nights. A property like Royalton does $25 per booking, and they cap at 5 bookings, so the agent can only earn so much. But you're also able to do unlimited rewards per room. So really, the budget that you allocate to the rewards depends on what you're able to put into the program. There is no cookie cutter way of rewarding the agents.
Okay. We have a question. Are agent sales automatically logged into the system?
So it could be different ways. We have API connection, so we can connect the platform directly to your booking engine. Alternatively, the agent can just come into the rewards program and log the booking information. And that way earn the reward. So just to clear it up, so with the API, the booking would come directly into our program and the agent would be able to claim the reward. But if the agent is logging the booking into the system, they're going to have to provide all of the booking information, including the reservation number. And that is how we corroborate that the booking took place. And the reward can be paid on check-in or checkout, depending on how the supplier wants to set up the earning of the reward.
If I may add, the source for logging bookings automatically would come from your system. But if your system doesn't know already the initial agent that talked to the consumer, and that was a booking that came through a tour operator, you won't have the information to actually achieve this contact. So the benefit for you as a hotel would be from the agents coming and logging the bookings and getting in touch and waiting to hear from you, because you can talk to the agent through the system
unlimited,
as many times as you want, unlimited emails. And that's when you are going to get in touch with the actual agent that is trying to sell your property to the person that will come to visit it. Because especially in cases of tour operators, you won't have this information in your system to send them direct. It is a possibility. We have done it for certain cases, but we don't see this to be the key factor for the success of the program. In fact, the most successful programs are the ones that are consistent, simple, not too much complexity for the agent to understand what to expect as a reward. So you don't want to make it, a complex mathematical formula how to calculate the reward. Something simple that they can understand and expect. And after that, because you have the ability to define anytime different promotions for different periods, properties, room types, any criteria that you want to target specific type of sales, and do that often, so that you often have something to communicate to your agents' population that will be growing through the system, to keep them engaged. So it's something simple as a base, and frequent promotions, target promotions to benefit your specific type of sales and keep the agents interested.
So PAN communications is critical, and in addition to promotions, I would imagine information about the property or special activities that are either happening on property or on destination is critical also to keep the agents engaged.
Yes,
Yeah.
both through the platform, because you on the platform you can create unlimited number of pages and add content for the agents to see, and through direct communication from the system to all your agents with email.
Okay. One question from kind of in terms, we have experts that are dealing with travel agents, advisors on a very frequent basis. What common mistakes do you see hotels and destinations make when trying to engage travel agents, and how can they course correct to ensure those efforts translate into bookings?
Yeah. Sorry, can you repeat this question?
What common mistakes do you see hotels and destinations make when trying to engage travel agents, and how can they course correct to ensure those efforts translate into bookings?
Yeah. I would say that, first of all, using the communication tools in the program is very important, but also not overusing to the point where you've diluted your message. So I would say, going off of what Pan just said, having regular touch points, whether that is once a week or once every 2 weeks, with a very good promotional incentive with rewards, or with a property update. So just because there's unlimited messaging, I would refrain from sending hellos all the time, but keeping the communication consistent throughout the weeks, but very precise in the messaging.
We encourage, if you have any other questions, to post them on the chat while we get any other questions. In terms of my booking rewards, what is the setup timeline for a rewards program? Is there a trial period? And of course, we know, as it's noted here on the slide, that there are special rates for CHTA members. So if you can expand on those 3 items for the benefit of those joining us.
Yeah, of course. So the timeline. We work very closely with the supplier. So you're going to have to obviously tell us the criteria of your rewards program, and it's pretty much a conversation that we have to get the program running. But from a technical perspective, we can get the program up and running in 2 weeks if we have all the details provided. And then for trial periods, we do have sort of trial period in which you are able to take over a program for the length of a month, or as long as, the length of a month. And throughout this time, we brand an entire mock rewards program with your branding. All of the communications go out with your branding as well. And we include a webinar and an email e-shot to the agents. So in that month, you'll be able to see if the agents that you're engaged in start logging bookings through the system for your property. And special rates for CHTA partners, yes. Answer is yes, we do have those as well. And I'm happy to share them following the presentation, or even meeting in person at Marketplace.
Perfect, Monse. And you referenced a webinar. So part of the provisions when signing up with my booking rewards includes kind of like a webinar to present the property and the offerings.
Yes, so in the first year of license, we include a marketing launch package. So all of our new members are going to have shared webinars, solus webinars, and email e-blast throughout their first year of program license. So we're really trying to, we have all these agents, and our success also depends on the client's success. So we're putting everybody in front of you, making sure that they're understanding and hearing about your brand, and making sure that beyond our general agent database, that these agents are also becoming part of your database. Because once they join your program through the system, this is when you have unlimited messaging tools to reach these agents and see the booking data that they've provided for you. So first year, marketing launch, package, we got you, we're sending it to everybody, and we're making sure that you're collecting all the information that you need.
Have you worked with clients that are accommodation providers, be it, a group of villas, kind of like, homestays? Yes, okay.
Yes, we have actually one of our suppliers is the Villa Collection, and they handle that type of product. So yeah, we're able to accommodate different kinds of accommodations. We also do like webinars and email e-blast if needed for them.
Perfect. So anything, and the question that we have on the chat follows that, need to know if they're able to market our community accommodation also for visitors interested in experience our lifestyle, and it is in specific to a community tourism network villages, kind of like market homestays. Well, we're going to give a roundup of if there are any additional questions or comments before we take it away. As a reminder, the video will be posted on CHTA's YouTube channel within the next 48 to 72 hours. And we will be sharing Monse's contact and the best cases that have been shared on our member platform, and of course to those that have joined us at the webinar. Monse information is on the screen. Monse, do you have, or Pan, can you post your email, Monse, on the chat just for everyone to grab from there?
Of course.
Even though we will be communicating and sharing your contact details, but so that everyone has access to it. And as Monse mentioned, CHTA members receive special rates in the programs and various packages that MBR has available to CHTA members. So we'll circulate that information, and please ensure that you contact Monse. Her email address is on the chat, but we will also be sharing her contact information afterwards. And you can also, as usual, contact the CHTA team at membership@caribbeanhotelandtourism.com. Latonia, our member services associate, is always available to support our membership request. I do not see any other questions on the chat and or the Q&A, and therefore we thank Monse and Pan and our partner at My Booking Rewards for this informative session, for sharing this best case practice studies. We'll follow up with the details. And to all of those that joined us, thank you very much. Be on the lookout for additional webinars within the CHTA Live Forging Ahead series coming up over the next few weeks. We do have one more question. Okay, it's just an email. We'll certainly share the email with the MBR team. And with that, we want to say again, thank you so much. And we look forward to seeing you at a future webinar. Thank you, Monse. Thank you, Pan. Have a great day.
Thank you, everybody.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.